Greetings, my name is Victor Carreras and I'm here today to give you a progress update of my Master's in Engineering Management final project, Reducing Meeting Costs in Eastern Fairlands Highway Division's project delivery process. Today, I will start by giving you a brief description of the project along with its objective. I'll talk to you about the status of the current activities, all the project activities, the problems I've encountered, and then I'll conclude by giving you an assessment of how I think we're doing today. So, what is this project about? The purpose of this project is to identify strategies that will help improve meetings in Eastern Fairlands with the purpose of reducing costs associated to them. Some will look into different strategies such as shortening meetings, making sure the right people are invited, and that people that do not provide values to meetings are taken out. The overall goal of this project is to have savings in the realm of $20,000 a year. So in the screen you'll see a Gantt chart with the project schedule. On the far right you'll see a list of activities, how I broke down the project from the beginning of the class, along with the current projection on when the activities that are remaining will start and when they will be ending. Next to that you'll see a column with the percent complete of each of the activities and our initial schedule on the middle. All the way to the left we have our current schedule, and let me explain to you what's going on here. So you'll see there's a green line here. That's the point in time that we're today, the end of week 7 of the project. You'll notice that there's difference between the two schedules. And this is because some of the activities have taken longer than expected. Some of the activities were started before they were anticipated to start originally. You'll notice the activities in red in the current schedule are the activities that have not been completed yet. There's 6 of them. And you'll notice that 2 of them are actually behind schedule, which are gathering project data and projecting yearly savings for the project. So these activities are delayed because I'm having a little bit of problem gathering current meeting information from Eastern Fairlands, but I'll explain that in the following slide. If we look at the other activities that are remaining to be completed, we have drafting the final report, which I'm glad to say we've come and done quite a bit of progress on that. And because of the progress we've completed on that activity, I still consider the project to be on schedule, even though I have 2 activities that are behind schedule at this time. The other activities that are done is like the revisions to the final report after the professor gives us comments, the preparation of the final poster, and the preparation of the final presentation. So what are the problems that we've encountered to date? So we've had 3 problems. One of them has been resolved and the other 2 are still ongoing. The problem that has been resolved, it was related to a survey. So in order to identify what was going right and what was going wrong in the meetings in Eastern Fairlands, I developed a survey that I distributed to all the project managers and functional managers in the agency. There were several departments that were deemed critical for this survey, and I had 2 managers of the critical departments not fill out the survey by the project deadline. I went and talked to them to follow up and see what had happened, and they agreed to complete the survey and provided me with responses. Even though this activity lasted a little bit longer than I expected because of this issue, it actually started earlier than what was originally anticipated, and therefore even though it had a delay, it really didn't do that much. It didn't have a lot of impact on the schedule, and therefore the issue is considered resolved. The other issues that we've had is, like I said before, gathering the data regarding meetings in Eastern Fairlands. So this is something that is not typically done in the agency. So the people gathering the data, that are the owners of the data, they didn't know exactly how to pull it out of the system, but they've been able to do it and are making progress. I did see the data that they're pulling out was really good. So in the next week, I hope the data is completely retrieved so I can use it for the purpose of this project. If not, if I cannot get the data and I am in a crunch of time to finish the project, I've developed a strategy to be able to mitigate this. There's project status report for all the projects in Eastern Fairlands that is run monthly, and I can take the information from there and see how many meetings of each type are run by essentially hand calculating it. This is not my preferred alternative, but in a case of I'm not having enough time to get the other source of information, I will use it in order to be able to project the yearly savings using that. The other issue that we're having is that some activities duration lasted longer than it was originally anticipated. And this is not that big of an issue because most of the activities were started before we were originally projecting. Therefore, even though they're taking longer, they are mostly within schedule. The fact that their written report is so far along has made it so the schedule is still in the project is still on schedule, even though we have two of the activities behind schedule at this time. So even though there's different activities that are behind schedule for the project, there's mitigation strategies in place to address this situation. And I'm projecting that the project will still be delivered on time and regardless of these issues. So I really appreciate your time, and I hope you have a nice day. Thank you.